welcome back. We just re-upped. We're all feeling pretty good, pretty buzzed. We're going to go on to round 2 of games you play at a party. Party games. All right. And we're not just talking about your regular old Mario Party. We're talking about party.
That's my second pick.
We're talking about parties with hookers and...
So...
Parcheesi.
I didn't know I thought just like party games, like games that everybody can play. I didn't realize that the whole theme was around drinking and stuff too. But
it's not about drinking. It's just,
okay,
these games just happen to bring in drinking. It's just that especially as adults when you're playing these games, it just invites drinking.
This goes hand in hand.
Yeah, pretty much. Like a lot of times these games start after you've already had a few.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, dude. Okay, pro tip. That whiskey larceny plus your s'mores coffee.
pretty good.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Some s'more time coffee.
Wow. So yeah, round 2. Who do we want? Who's starting?
I believe our guest speaker wanted to speak about a game.
All right. Thank you. I'm ready. All right. That break did me a lot of good. Thank you. All right. So my first game, Jackbox, was good for its lack of explanation needed. You can just dive right in, get into it. It explains itself as it goes.
You don't even need to be a casual gamer. You can be a non-gamer and be like, "Oh, I'm having such a great time."
Exactly. That's how non-gamers sound to us.
Oh,
we're gonna play games now.
Like a Zelda NPC character.
I mean, but that's a big deal, right? Like, you're playing a game, you're having a party, a bunch of people come over, you're trying to get into it, and then you have to sit down, play, explain the rules. It gets tedious and awful in a hurry. So that's where Jackbox really, really shines, and that it tells you how to play as you go. But then on the other hand, we got a game like Crawl.
A perfect game.
That's a pretty good game.
I've always wanted to play Crawl.
Man. So it definitely doesn't fit that. Like
it does. It definitely requires a lot more explanation.
Yes. So let me look at my notes here. So we got Crawl. Oh, here's that music. Nice. All right. So Crawl is a game from Powerhoof, an Australian developer, which, quick side note, Australia's putting out some good games.
They put out Crawl.
Exactly. So Crawl, I first came across in 2014 when they launched an early access, and I saw this game and I was like, oh shit, okay, this is the penultimate multiplayer game. It hits all the right notes. You're playing together, but you're also playing against each other. So it's a 4-player game where one player at a time is playing as the dungeon. Is playing as the hero going through the dungeon. All the other players, the other 3, are playing as the dungeon. So they're playing as the monsters, as the traps, as everything. And so whatever player kills, whichever of the player who is being the dungeon kills the player who is running through it, then becomes the player. And so the three dungeon players versus the actual game player,
but teammates are always rotating out because
Exactly.
you're always working together with your enemies. So there is like a degree of sabotage amongst the dungeon players, the bad guy players.
Yeah, it's waiting to get that final strike on the guy who's playing as the hero, so you can become the hero, and then like you can level up as well. Like you like if you kill like the other players that are playing as the dungeon monsters and the dungeon traps can level up their monsters, but if they die, then the hero gets experience and levels up and becomes stronger. So it becomes harder and harder for both sides to like kill each other.
It's reluctant cooperation.
Yeah, it's awesome. But oh man,
You guys have all played it?
Yeah, I played this game a bunch of times too, and I still have never ever been the final winner. I always end up dying.
So the fun bit about it too is that you make yourself into like a little account, right? In classic old game style, it's three letters. You make yourself a thing, and so as you're playing through, you're either playing as the hero going through the dungeon, or you're playing as the dungeon itself, fighting that hero, and it switches back and forth like you're talking about. But if you once that hero gets to the point where they're ready to fight the final boss, so they got to get to a certain point, they got to level up to a point, they're ready to fight the boss, then that player is fighting against all three other players. And
Playing as the boss is really fun. Playing as like one of the tentacles or
Yeah,
the various bosses with their different mechanics are really fun. Being, well, I think it's like an octopus that can shoot a giant beam out of its eye, but also the tentacles are controlled by the other players. So it's really fun. It makes for an interesting experience when you're the hero because there's no AI that will act like three people playing as one monster.
Yeah, nothing beats being ganged up on in a game at all. Like, it's just like there's no feeling of hopelessness that I felt quite like it. And then when all of your closest friends gang up on you.
Oh yeah,
and
it's like Mario Party at its finest. The 3 versus 1.
yeah, but it's like that's the whole game is just 3 versus 1.
But that 3v1 is constantly shifting
Yes.
every time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never static.
That's cool.
Always changing.
It's a really good game. It
Yeah.
is very, very fun, and it's on sale a lot, so you can
Dude,
always swipe it up for like $5.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
it's on every platform too, so you can get it on pretty much anything.
What's the lowest you've seen it for?
I think it's 15 or 20.
It's 15
at
on
full
PS4 at the moment.
like for full price.
But
yeah.
on Steam, it's always on sale for like $4.99.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just.
I got it for Switch for
Your computer could run it, for
$2.99.
sure.
It was
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll run it, but my gaming setup on my PC is less than ideal.
like get it on your Switch. Like I got it
Yes,
for like
yes.
$2.99. It was
Hey,
like
yeah.
80% off.
That's not bad. Don't get me started on the Switch browsing their
Switch
deals.
tax. You always pay a little more for the Switch version of any game.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, if you can get it on sale for $3 still.
you gotta find it. But I do have a good site. I recommend a good site that actually filters through all the deals for Switches, specifically Deku Deals. Shout out Deku Deals.
Not a sponsor.
So,
Not a
so
sponsor,
one
is cool.
One of
Yet.
the things that made me fall in love with this game real fast is that when you're playing, you got to pick a god that determines which little creatures and enemies that you become. All right, so you're not when you're not playing as the hero, and you're just being in the dungeon, you become these monsters. But as any responsible gamer would be, I got to pick my gamer name. I'm restricted as old school. I'm restricted to 3 letters, so I'm Pooh, obviously. Obviously.
Poo or ass for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
AZZ.
And so as Pooh, the game fucked me, and so I can only be the god Pooh-log.
Wait, is that like a feature in the game if you name yourself Pooh?
You are restricted to a specific god, Pooh-log.
That's fun.
That's
What a fun Easter
I
egg.
played that game for months, thinking wow, the only god that lets me be is Pooh-log.
You know, just bad.
Everybody
luck.
else can play as every other god.
Turd-log, yeah. Turd-log. Turd-log.
Turtle
Oh,
log.
man. The great mighty Pooh.
All hail the great mighty Pooh.
Just played through Conquer again, like 2 months. Well, it was like last month,
yeah.
but and man, That game's so good. And the Great Mighty Pooh, always going to be funny. It's always going to be funny to me.
Only multiplayer that one.
So nice.
Oh yeah, that's got some great multiplayer. That itself is its own party game.
Honorary mention goes to
Man.
The caveman versus raptor multiplayer on Conquer.
Man, I didn't even think about that. What a shame. I feel pretty bad actually about not thinking about that.
Well, we can always just talk about Conquer one day.
We could have a whole
yeah.
Yeah,
episode.
that
dedicated
episode's
to
so
it.
good, or that game is so good. That episode, the Conquer episode we
Spoiler
will do
alert.
is good.
We're getting some mileage out of the sound.
Yeah, I know. Out of those 3 sounds,
Be iconic.
Next season, we're gonna have to change those up.
Ooh, let's side note. We should all get audio clips of our distinctive weed coughs. Sound drops.
yeah, a sound drop or coughs. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
For Sprite.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Chill.
All right, well,
Dude, I always thought Crawl. Okay, I was playing the Resident Evil. Oh God, the multiplayer for the new Resident Evil.
oh god,
Not
it's
not
okay.
Reverse. The one before that came with Resident Evil 3. So it's isometric. It's like 1 versus 3, but you're the boss, and or like one person's the bad guy, and you like. You have to like set up traps for the rest of the people. That's what I thought Crawl was, but you just said it's
chicken
the
horse.
opposite. It's
Well, I mean,
3 versus 1.
yeah.
Yeah.
This was like 1 versus 3.
well,
I mean,
But
is it
it's-
1 versus 3, 3 versus 1?
No.
Honestly, like, so I followed the hell out of Crawl for a while, like when it first hit in early access, because it did seem like the penultimate multiplayer. You got 4 people. The penultimate like balance between
Yeah.
all right, working together but all messing with each other the whole time.
I love
You still
that.
want to win, and so the it's got a good vibe where all right, you want to challenge the boss. You get to you fight your way up to level 10 as the hero, and you go to the portal. You fight the boss, which is the other 3 players. You're ready to fight them. And if you lose, that's fine the first time, and the second time that's fine. But then the third time, all right, that person who wants to play who wants to challenge the boss that third time, if they lose, game over.
Yeah.
Game over for you permanently.
They're-
Permanently, your save file is deleted.
yeah, that
Oh my goodness.
your profile gets
Oh, wow.
permanently
Mhm.
removed from the game if you are the last person to challenge the boss and you
Oh,
lose,
no.
which happens more often than not.
Dang, my kill death ratio out the window.
Yeah,
That's great.
it's crazy.
Also, there is a difference between 3 versus 1 and 1 versus 3.
Right?
The position
yeah,
of the
that's what I was
numbers.
saying. That-
Position of
there it
power,
is.
yeah.
Yeah,
One
exactly.
big boss guy versus 3 little wimps.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Like, versus
But what other-
3 bad guys versus 1 dude.
What
Yeah.
other?
But then the one dude is the powerful boss.
Yeah, exactly. That's 1 versus 3.
But okay, so what I'm saying is,
Travis, what the position of power? 1 versus 3, 3 versus 1. Like if there's
It's always
one
the
big
same.
boss and 3 little guys, it doesn't matter what order you say them in.
you could
Well,
do you could do one weak guy versus 3 strong
but
guys.
there's
Heroes
3.
versus the villains.
But in the instance of this, it's 3 scary dungeon masters versus one
Yeah.
One powerful boss.
one powerful hero.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what? But he's,
Well, he's
still,
not super powerful.
But he
can get
He's trying to overcome adversity.
He can
Yeah,
get
but he's
pretty-
fought his way through this. He's bought some shit.
He's still outnumbered. He
he's-
still has a disadvantage.
Yeah, but
Now-
Okay,
one of these people
now
has
I
to be
see
a
what you're
tentacle.
saying.
Yeah,
or
it's just a
something,
matter
man.
of it. Like
Got it.
three like it's like 3 bosses versus 1 hero as opposed to 1 big boss versus 3 like teammates. You know,
Oh, now
Like
I
in the
see.
That's what
Mario,
it's my-
Mario Party, where
Yeah.
you got the one guy being the crab machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
so the,
Big Bowser versus the tiny dudes.
Yeah.
You're trying to stomp them to death.
so in some okay, now I see it. In some
Yeah.
positions, the 3 versus 1, the 3 people will have the significant advantage, but in
Yeah.
some situations, the one person will have a
Yeah,
good advantage. You can see that.
There is a difference.
How could we be so
Evolve,
close-minded?
Like Evolve,
And
or
that's been
Friday
an
the 13th,
elevated
Friday the 13th
lesson.
game.
Or
I haven't played that.
You haven't played?
No,
What?
it's supposed to be good.
Dude, it's so fun.
I watched my old roommate play that game a bunch and got in trouble a bunch when I was like, yeah, hide in the tent there, and he'd be like, what the fuck, man? You just shut the fuck up.
You just announced that to everybody.
Freddy's on my phone. Like he heard you say that. Or not Freddy, Jason. Yeah, Jason.
Jason,
Ooh,
dude,
different game.
Either way, you're fucked. Like, if Freddy or Jason is after you and they know where you're at, you're fucked.
Man, that game was very interesting.
Have you played it?
I
Dude,
played
it's
for
so
a little
fun.
bit when it was free for the PS Plus.
Yeah. That's when I got it.
Yeah.
It's very.
Oh, boom.
It's very. I love the helplessness of that. Like,
They tell you how you can win, but they don't tell you how to achieve those things.
Yeah.
So you kind of like it makes me think of that Slender Man game where it's like find this thing. You're like, what? I just gotta go around this scary camp and find these pieces of paper, but where are they at? And you're just like going around trying to figure out what to do while being stalked.
Yeah, but it's infinitely scarier when the stalker is another player.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
They're way smarter, and they
Well,
can sense
asymmetric
you.
games, right? Like, what was the one? Evolve?
was I saying
Evolve.
isometric?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Isometric.
Isometric, yeah. I was like, wait, isometric,
Fucking
asymmetric.
drunk, dude.
So, yeah,
Isometric. What would that even be?
I
I
mean,
think there's a
Diablo?
lot of isometric games.
Oh yeah, that's the isometric.
yeah, that's
what-
like Sonic 3D
Okay, so
Blast.
that's always
Or
like
like
that
Neverwinter
far.
9.
Asymmetric is
Mario
what I was talking
RPG
about.
is isometric as well.
Final Fantasy
Hubert.
Tactics.
But yeah, Crawl, good party game.
Yeah, it's a good party game. How many?
Yo, I got that for
how many?
$5.99 PS4.
Just now?
But I've never. No. I
was like,
did-
what?
last
You just bought it
Christmas.
right now?
No.
We just checked the store.
I bought it last year because I thought before COVID. I thought, oh, it's a party game. I'm down. It's $5.99, so I bought it, and then like
Then
never-
COVID happened.
No
I-
parties to be had.
I bought it when it first dropped on early access, and then I sat there sad as I could not get 4 people together to play the game.
No.
Anytime I had
What?
4 people in my house, I was like, "Hey guys, you want to play this like dungeon crawler game?"
This kind.
It's
It's
kind of a hard sell. but
It's real.
Once you get through to people
Yeah.
with it, it's really good.
You got to show as opposed to tell. It's really hard to describe, and
Yeah.
it sounds more
It's one of those games you learn
difficult.
as you play it a lot
exactly.
easier. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta.
Trial by fire.
That's one of the amazing things about Jackbox, though, is like
Yes,
not
yes.
to go
Bring
too
it back.
far back.
Bring it back.
I'm so glad you brought that back. Now that I can actually like cohesively talk about it.
Dude,
That's the thing I love about Jackbox.
yeah,
You
I've
bring-
had so
bring a
many
bunch of people in.
friends that don't play games, like that, which I'm surprised. I'm like, wait, you don't? How do you not play fucking games? It's 2021. You're like,
Everyone plays a game.
Yeah,
life.
What is
I
a game?
like that your depiction of someone who doesn't play games is like, duh. Well, I don't play games. Like they're just really dumb.
I'll turn the Super Nintendo on. Just turn it on.
It's all Nintendo
Is this
to me.
Halo?
Every game is Halo to them.
Yeah. But yeah, that game does such an amazing job of like just laying out the rules, like the game, like, and so anybody can pick it up and actually have fun with it. Whereas like 8-bit, we played with some people who, I mean, Shauna, my girl, like it takes her like she didn't play with the controller like her whole life like we did, so
It doesn't translate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still learning.
and when you do like a platformer, she's like instantly like the instructions that come up are like, make the goal, hit A, and you're like, okay, wait, but then like when the field comes up, you're like, trying to figure out where the goal is and what each symbol means and
which
stuff.
button means A
There-
too. Like,
Also that playing on a ROM
That's
or
the
something.
advantage of the person who's played a game in these instances. They have like they know the cues. They know you've been trained by playing all these other games to look for these certain goals and like things. Like you know, like shoot the goals. You're like, okay, it's either on the right or the left. It's
Yeah.
up or down. It's in like a square or something, and I gotta hit this ball. You know, A is generally like an action button. So like you don't have to be explained all this stuff. It's inferred.
It's
Yeah,
not.
there's a lot of things that like. All right, so I just started playing Borderlands with my girl, and even things like. All right, you're getting shot from the right side, and the right side of your screen is lighting up.
Yeah.
And that's
Oh,
not
yeah.
not something that like she's that she intuits like
Yes.
that. So I am like looking at her side of the screen, going like, "What the fuck?" Like, obviously, look to your right, for Christ's sake.
The screen's shaking,
Yeah, exactly.
like telling you to look.
I'm dying.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not something that's
Yeah.
like
It's
like
not intuitive
coded
to
into
people,
her.
yeah,
Right?
that
Exactly.
don't play
It's
games.
implied because it's been a trope for that genre for so long that they don't need to. They feel like you don't need to explain it, but you know, for people who've never tried it, you do.
Yeah.
That's why Jackbox is a good party
Yeah.
game. It doesn't have any of that.
Yeah.
go
It
listen.
explains
So-
every step all along the way.
It's literally just like if you're playing Whiplash, which is probably the most played. It's literally just typing in sentences that you think are funny or phrases you think are funny.
And it's all on your phone, which is people are used to using every day. It's pretty good game design.
Yeah.
But before we take more steps back,
Brilliant game design.
we're going
Let's
long
move on to the
already.
next
so
one.
let's take 2 steps forward.
Well, my second game is another indie I guess classic at this point. It's been out for a while. I don't know when it released, but it's a game called Speedrunners, which it's like Crawl, where it's a good party game, but it's a good party game with the right people at the party. It's not a very
This is definitely one that you have to be.
It's a
You have to
deep cut.
like video games to enjoy this one.
Yeah, but the soundtrack is pretty cool, and it's just like a game where you just run forward. Like imagine the screen is a big box with obstacles and stuff, and you just have to jump and dash and slide under the right things at the right time, and just keep running around that same track over and over again, and just building those reflexes. But like it's like Mario Kart, how hair-pullingly close these matches can get. You can grappling hook each other and fuck each other
Oh yeah,
up.
it's really nice whenever someone's got a really big lead and you get the grappling hook power
Yeah.
up and just yank them back into the
Yeah.
fray.
And it's just as bad when you get that grappling hook and
Oh,
miss it
man.
just wrong. It just flies out and nothing happens.
Yeah, and the game it rewards like memorization and quick reflexes for sure. But yeah, like I said, you have to like really like video games to play this one.
Well, the reason why I chose this one is actually it's a game that's equally as fun to watch. People,
Yeah,
like if
yeah.
you have a party of people, like the people that are good at it, if they're all racing, and people are watching it, they'll just start cheering and going, oh, like when somebody
Yeah,
fucks
it's like
up.
horse races.
Yeah, it's like it's insane. It's a good spectator sport for parties, definitely.
Yeah, and man, that's another one that I always lose at. I always can get like second place, but I can never actually win. But it's very, very fun, and I'm good. I'm actually pretty all right at platformers, but especially when I'm playing against you, though, Ryan. You have a little more experience
Because
with the
you
game.
guys, you got the brain thing going on, right?
Yeah.
You
If he's
already
good at
discussed
it, then
that.
I'm good at it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
I feel like I'm pretty decent at platformers as well, but there's something when you add the screen scrolling, like the auto
that
scroll, where
fucks
you
with me.
where you have to kind of like keep moving. It kind of makes you like makes you trip up, even if you're on your point. Like the moment
Yeah.
you like get distracted, you're done. You have to like
Yeah,
recompose.
you blink and it's fucking over.
You like trip and then it just never ends. Ugh,
Yeah, it's
Gotta love
insane.
down tunnels.
I do like that the view, the camera or the field of vision gets smaller and smaller as time goes on. So you have to get knocked out, especially with the sudden death whenever it's really closing in.
Comes a Game Gear game, basically. It gets so close.
Yeah, it literally gets down to like where it's like you're blacking out and just have to memorize the course. And like it gets so small, it is like a Game Boy screen where you're like kind of like focused in on it and just making sure that you're running the right track, because one wrong move and you just like hit a trap door that somebody else can activate and you were just fucked in like not even a second.
Oh man,
like I think that is a big thing though. Like you're playing Mario Kart and you maybe know the shortcuts, the secret paths, and that might help you a little bit. But in speedrunners, that makes you win. Like you know the map, you know where to grapple, you know where to run, and so I think that's where it might fail as a party game.
I made the mistake of playing this game online.
oh no!
Like,
what have you done?
The grappling hook physics in that game are so broken that like in just a few seconds, like after me starting running, everybody's like just slingshotting themselves so fast that I'm just out in like 2 or 3 seconds. I don't even get a chance to jump over the first hurdle because they've just exploited this grappling hook in this, and it's so funny to watch. Playing it online, I didn't realize that people dedicated themselves to this game so much.
Everything
but
has a niche, you know?
Dude.
Everything that has a niche. You just fell into it, and the tighter the niche, the more insane it gets.
Oh man, no! I didn't even have, I guess I jumped. I missed the boat. I jumped the shark. I missed the boat on this one because I started playing it online 2 or 3 years after it released, and there's I guess people that just play this all day every day, just slingshotting themselves, waiting for noobs like me to jump in.
Exactly. It's all about honing the noobs and scaring off any potential fan base.
Yeah,
expansion.
if you're good at something, lean into it to where that's all you do.
We're talking about you speedrunners players. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Especially, I don't know. You forgot to mention the best part about speedrunners is the fact that you can play as my favorite YouTuber, Markiplier.
Oh yeah, you can. There's a couple YouTubers in that.
Yeah,
that you
this
can play as.
YouTuber pack. How strange.
I think it's dumb.
Yeah.
It is very dumb, but it's very surreal. Also,
Why would you play as one of them if you can play as a guy dressed in a chicken suit?
Or more importantly, a pug dog who is a detective.
Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, I'm looking at the speedrunners cover art, and both of those characters you just mentioned are on it.
Yeah, no, or
communist ball.
Yeah, just a communist. Nice. It's like Mysterio. It's like he's wearing a communist red flag with a hammer and sickle, and he's got like a disco ball for a head.
that's cool. I haven't really played too much. I'm gonna play a little bit at your
all
house
for all that
with you guys, but just a little bit, not too much.
It's a good game. It's really fun. If everybody's on a similar skill level, it's perfect.
It's fun to have a bunch of people watch too. Like there's something to be said about the satisfaction you get for pulling off like a perfect run and just leaving everybody in the dust in front of a bunch of people.
It's got that satisfaction of Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
Or N+.
N+. It feels a lot like N+.
Yeah, with the wall jumping mechanics.
That's a good party game too.
Yeah.
Although I played
I
played that game with people who just could not wrap their heads around
that
the wall jumping mechanic. It's not that hard. But I feel like people should pick up on it. But if you don't play games,
never
it's
played
like holding
Mega Man
Y
X.
to run.
Never played Mega Man X, man.
Way back when I played N+, where if you died, you had to take a drink, just period. And
oh my goodness!
Yeah. That I should have chose that.
It got real hairy real fast, but amazingly so.
Oh my God.
I just imagine at a point you're just a bunch of stick figures jumping around because everyone's too drunk.
It especially got hairy in the ones where there were certain maps where you were supposed to work together to all right, one guy does this, one person does that, ideally, but you don't want to die, so you have to take another drink. So It gets hairy in a hurry.
Harry in a hurry. It gets hurry in a Harry.
That's the name of my first album.
Yeah.
What,
That's
Henry
it.
and the Hermits?
Harry and the Hendersons.
Oh.
But they should make a party game based off of that movie.
Ooh, Harry and the Hendersons, the game.
The party game, yeah.
party.
We should have talked about Chef's Love Shack. That's a party game.
Man,
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, yeah,
It's a game that never worked.
It's not a good
I don't
game.
think I've ever
It's a
played that
really
game where
shitty
like
game.
I don't think I've ever finished a single like full game of that because every time we had it on PlayStation and every time like after 2 or 3 games it would freeze and we just never we'd have to turn it off.
there you go.
Ryan,
There
did we
you
try
go.
and play a ROM of that at your house and it
And it
fucked
didn't
up?
work.
Yeah, it was
Not even-
just
the
totally
ROM doesn't
fucked.
even
just
work.
broken. See, there's another one.
It would-
Bad party game.
Sonic Shuffle.
Oh, yeah.
Chef's Love Shack. Well, we could talk about Crash Bash as well. All the Mario Party clones.
Or just Mario Party after Mario Party 3 for a while.
Fusion Frenzy, which is
Fusion
a
Frenzy's
good
fun.
game.
the
Yeah,
first
that was
one
a fun game.
ruled.
First one was amazing.
That was
yeah.
one I almost picked.
The
I
second
I
one
almost
was
picked it,
dreadful.
and then I was like,
I didn't even
I
know
haven't
there
even
was a
played
second
Fusion
one.
Frenzy
I think it was
2
around
so
launch title
bad.
Xbox 360.
It
I
was,
but
beat it
I-
for
it
the
was.
Chivos.
Travis is our
100%.
we call him T-Chieve.
Hey, I was way too
King
into
of Xbox
achievements.
360 achievements.
A
Oh,
T-Chievement.
way.
T King.
I stopped abruptly.
All right, Nick. What was pick number 2?
Pick number 2 for me. I think it's a good party game. It's a classic. It's a good because it has a lot of like really funny, unexpected moments. And I picked Worms.
Yeah.
The Worms
Yeah.
series
Nice.
This was
is
on my long list.
is a great. It's a great game. It's a great series of games, and it's got the charming little personalities for the worms. We actually played, Ryan and I and my brother Matt and my roommate Timo. We all played Worms WMD because I have it on my Switch.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's just like the best Worms game and because it has like all the stuff from Armageddon and everything before that and a bunch of new stuff. But yeah, it's just a great game to just get everybody laughing at each other.
Yeah.
For people who haven't played Worms, it's a turn-based tactical warfare game, and you play as worms, and they can crawl and they can only jump a little bit, but they have an arsenal of weapons.
You got a
And-
limited amount of movement.
You have like 60. Yeah, you have 60 seconds to move and
Yeah.
aim and shoot, and that can get pretty stressful when there's like landmines and enemy worms everywhere.
Planning like throwing a grenade at a certain person could bounce back and just like hit your own teammates or just hit you and just fuck your whole turn over. Yesterday when we were playing, Nick chose a weapon he had never chosen before. It was called the old lady, and you just like release this old lady with a walker. And she just farts, and everyone she farts on gets poisoned, and then just after 5 seconds explodes.
Yeah, she detonates after 5 seconds, and I didn't know that, and so I sent her out, and I figured she would explode, but I didn't know she farted, and she completely walked in a different direction and farted only on my worm, and exploded only on my worm. So that's such a funny thing that happens in that game is when you plan out an attack or you try something new, and it just backfires.
Yeah.
That's one of the best things about the Worms games, I feel, especially when you start playing, is they say the name of it and they have an icon, but you're not quite sure how it acts. You get a rough estimation with the hues.
Yeah.
Like if it's like an airstrike, you get a direction, and that's the way it goes. But you don't know until it happens. So especially
the
in the
wind
newer
could
games,
completely fuck something up.
Yeah.
atmosphere.
You
and stuff.
try to throw a grenade and you throw it against the wind and it blows back into your face.
It's such a game. Oh man.
Or you accidentally jump instead of pressing the shoot button,
have a
which
weird
happens
spasm.
a weird
It happens
amount in that
Like
game.
mount
Yeah.
your friends.
No matter how
Exactly the
much you
same.
play.
Like your just brain just goes because you're like thinking
Yeah.
too much about it.
You
And,
get,
like,
you get
Timer's
choked
going.
up.
yeah, because there is a time limit. You do have a time limit, so
That's what always fucks me up. Is like I get nervous and I start button mashing. Like
you don't know what to do. You want to? Do you run away? Do you like Like where you go like, oh, like what the fuck? Oh no, that person's gonna kill me.
6
Oh,
seconds.
shit. Oh no, I didn't select anything.
1 second.
Oh no, I got the sheep. It explodes on you. You know, you throw it into a wall.
You're trying to remember what button is mapped to what
Yes.
action. When
Yeah.
you're like trying to jetpack and then
Like-
you want to throw a grenade, but you accidentally turn your jetpack off and you fall
Yeah.
and
Into
hurt
the
yourself.
water, or just
That's-
drown yourself.
Yeah, it's
The most
Or you open the map or
disappointing-
something, you zoom out, you're like, no.
Yeah.
You just see yourself like go, and you like shrug as you didn't do anything this turn. You're like, no.
yeah. Oh yeah. Sometimes you just waste the turn.
So I played this game. I think in a way that I've never seen elsewhere. Like going way back, grade school, Worms 2. Had it on my computer, and some of my grade school friends would come over, and I had these custom maps laid out where the bottom 50% of the map was just ground, the top was just air, and I turned on the some cheats where we just had infinite everything, and we would make these like just very just like we use the girders to like build out these
Build out like a fort.
exactly we'd build out some forts in the air. We'd use the blowtorch to dig out some tunnels, the hand grenade to blow out, or the holy hand grenade to blow out we'd make these whole like worm cities and shit, and play for hours just building these things out.
Not even fighting, just
Did you have like a
not-
peace period?
At first, yeah, exactly.
You have
yeah,
like a time
peace
limit.
period.
You
Yeah.
can't-
And nothing specific. We would just build out these cities,
Yeah.
like dig some tunnels, and have just a blast with it until all right, it's time to fight. Okay.
You have to crank
we'd be
that-
ninja roping around, and oh god, I was so
the
good. I was
ninja
so
rope.
good with the ninja rope.
Oh, wow.
Man, shoot that thing at the ground, shoot myself up. It was badass.
The ninja rope mechanic is so good, and in WMD, they
ridiculous.
nerfed it a
course.
lot. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still really good, but it's not like in Worms Armageddon when you can like swing at a full 360 degrees.
Yeah.
We're friends. Oh my
a
goodness.
negative
What do-
degree. You like
It's almost like Mount Your Friend.
Yeah,
It's
You
not the
play-
same,
like-
but it has similar like aspects.
It does. Yeah.
The worst is when you think you have enough ninja ropes to get across, and you use your last one, and
oh,
or you blow your whole launch.
Blow your hole.
You blow your hole.
Or you try your whole turn trying to do something you thought, but it's impossible. And if you fall, you know you're going to fall into the water. And you're just like, well, you're wasting. You're just like, I'm just going to run the clock out. Fuck you
And then
guys.
sudden death. You have to wait for the water to
worth the
rise.
risk.
The water to rise. Oh, man. With the underground levels, those are always intense.
brutal.
The airstrikes are probably my favorite. Fuck you to just anybody in that game. Because like,
napalm.
What about the one that makes the water level rise?
That's the sudden death.
yeah, the
mode,
sudden death. Yeah, you
No,
can just
well,
declare
I
sudden
thought
death.
there was an item that did that too.
Oh, I think there is.
And there's like an
a cape.
Armageddon item,
Yeah,
but
an
that
Armageddon,
it's just
yeah.
like
It does that, and then it makes it rain meteors and shit
Oh, my.
on top of
It's just
everybody.
a double fuck you.
Yeah, it's a fuck you to everybody,
Armageddon.
like, including you.
Locust.
If you use that, then it's just like that. It pretty much ends the game.
But then there's also the poke.
Ooh, yeah.
Like,
to poke
if-
someone off of
The
the
prod.
edge.
God,
the
there's-
ultimate disrespect.
Or the hot dog.
You might as well just poke them, just slap
sure
your
you
dick
can.
across their face. Just yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always fun.
Dude.
Or the drill. Just drilling down into the ground.
Oh, one of my favorite items in that game is the bunker buster. It's just a missile that falls from the sky and just
It
drills
digs through the ground.
Yeah.
Explodes. Ooh, those were very. Oh, I love the strategy on those. Those are really fun.
Yeah,
and
they
the,
get-
the,
that.
the super sheep where you just control the sheep and fly it across the whole map into somebody.
Teleporter.
Usually not where you want it to land, though. The teleporter just wastes your turn to move.
Yeah, but it can save your life.
I've never seen it once work in saving your
It
life.
can if
Situational.
as long as it's not down to the last two worms,
Yeah.
and you have a place to escape to.
Yeah.
Oh,
If it's
yeah.
down to the last
Yeah.
two worms and it's your only way of getting in close, you're fucked.
Yeah,
I meant
That's
more
what
like
happened to me yesterday, and that's how I lost.
saving yourself from a cavern while the water's rising or something like that.
When's the last time you guys have felt like as terrified as when there are 2 worms left and it's not your turn?
It gets intense. Yeah.
Oh man.
Every time it's not your turn and there's only 2 worms left, you're like, this is it. This is where I lose.
Yeah. When you know death is imminent.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moments like that. Even when there's a bunch of worms, and you just see somebody, their worm just spawned in a position to take out like 3 of your worms. They can blow you into the water, or all your worms are lumped together in a small hole, so they can just throw a banana bomb.
Ooh, that first turn disorientation where you're not quite sure where everyone's at.
Yeah.
Or who's going in what order.
Oh, yeah. Because, like, you can be player 1, 2, 3, and 4, but it could go player 2, 5, 9, and 13.
And you don't know which worm is going first.
Yeah, you don't know.
So you could be set up real good. You're like, ooh, I'm going to Hadouken these guys right off the edge.
Yeah.
And then
that worm's turn never comes because
exactly. And then that happens to you.
Yeah, and then one of them gets a baseball bat.
Yes, ooh, the baseball bat.
It knocks you off.
There's something just like so beautiful in like that like chaos, like just chaos that is built into that game. You know,
I'm getting
it's not like
Chaos's beauty tattooed on me. Actually.
And then a worm, and then a worm underneath it.
Yeah, and then a worm from Worms Armageddon tattooed on
like
me.
that.
That's the game I had the most exposure to, was at your guys' house playing Worms Armageddon so much that game was destroyed.
Yeah, we melted it because we played it too much.
It was unplayable. You would spend minutes turning on the Dreamcast going, nope, and resetting it. Nope. You knew exactly if it wasn't going to work.
We knew
you
the
just,
sound
like,
it was going to make.
You would just like go sit there for minutes trying to get to work. You're like, and you'd be so upset because we're not playing Worms tonight, I guess. And then eventually you get it on Xbox.
Yeah, oh my god, getting it on Xbox 360 was like the best thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Man, we gotta play some more.
Dude, I was just gonna say, like, talking about all of these games has made me, and especially Worms, has made me just really want to
I brought my Switch and it's got worms on it.
Ooh.
I got worms.
I got worms.
Oh yeah, Nick's definitely got worms. Yeah, he's definitely. I've seen him.
Dude, I got worms. Goes back to Jim Carrey.
That's
to
what
the
I was
beginning.
thinking.
Yeah.
We're gonna start our own worm farm. You know, like ant farms.
Yeah,
Like they're gonna name the store "I Got Worms."
Yeah.
I got worms.
Is this a farm for worms?
But yeah, that's my second pick.
Travis.
It's a good pick. You got any sound bites of the worms going?
Oh, there's
Oh,
so
no.
many.
Yeah,
sound
I'll
bites.
put some of that on real quick before we move.
Before we move on, yeah.
Oh,
Because
It's
the worms all have
imperative.
personalities, which is really too.
Hallelujah.
Oh yeah, you can preset because you could go in and
Yeah.
edit your
Oh,
teams and rename them all
You can
and
give
give
them
them like a
attitudes.
theme. Yeah. You can super customize it.
There's
You
like
can
in
edit the-
WMD, there's like celebrity impersonation ones
yeah.
now. And
Yeah, there's like an Austin Powers one.
of course. And then you can also like customize which gravestone you have when they die and like all sorts of goofy things like that. I love that. Ooh, that just like that little touch of like.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Attack!
Party's over.
Oh, the French one.
Grenade! Hello.
This is the stiff upper lip voice. But let's do. Hold on, Stooges.
Coincidence? Come on, Buffalo Bill. Blasted cat. The old pincer's movement. Oh boy, lunch. You're getting to be a mental giant. Look, I got one. Watch this, fellas. I'll knock your brains out. I respect him. A prodigious achievement.
Jock.
This
Get thee. Here's some pain. Here's a Glasgow kiss. Near for your pals.
It's the action
All
star.
too easy. Get out of it.
is amazing. Apparently, they have not changed fundamentally since I was in grade school.
It's
No.
like it's almost exactly the same as it's ever been.
It's like one of those classic games that they can't really deviate from because it's so like.
Yeah, they just keep
classic.
releasing it for the next platform.
It's just the same thing.
Oh, there's a whole set of Rasta voice clips.
Oh no!
No. Every single voice is like some sort of
Oh
stereotype.
yeah, they're all
though.
stereotypes. But just listening to these just brings back the memories of just hanging out at your guys' house, Nick and Ryan, your guys' house in the summertime, and just playing this round after round after round, drinking fucking Pepsi after Pepsi after Pepsi, you know.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, was there. Shoot. Attack. First blood. Face the pork belly.
This is their redneck voice clips.
Say grenade.
I say grenade.
John Boy.
All right, challenge. Best worm impression. Ryan, go.
I'm not doing this.
Ryan, go.
Mr. Lova Nova.
Mr. Lova Nova.
Viva la Mr. Bombastic.
Mr. Bombastic.
Very fantastic. Scratch me on the back. They call me Mr. Boom Boom Boom.
Travis, what's your second game?
Oh man, well, my original second pick was Mount Your Friends. So, I'm going to go to one of my backups. I have a couple good ones here. What should I go with? I think I'm going to go with my personal favorite out of the four. And it's kind of like so the game is a classic, but it's more of like a modification of the game. And I believe everyone here has played it. Don't Drink and Drive, Mario Kart 64.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Specifically
yeah.
Mario Kart 64. I feel like it has the perfect track size, the easily accessibility of the shitty 64 controller, just base characters, and it's great. So many times.
So what's your strategy? There's a lot of drink and drive strategies.
It depends on who I'm facing.
My go-to strategy for Don't Drink and Drive is
Chug at the beginning.
and try to go as fast as you can through the
Exactly.
rest.
And it depends. Because if you got someone who knows the stage very well, I might chug it at the beginning, but that relies specifically on me being able to drive great at the rest of the thing and not be fucked.
Mm-hmm.
But, I am a pretty good chugger, so I can chug at any time of the race.
Not to brag.
However, doing it at the end is really risky, and it's always a price. So I don't know. It just
I've
depends.
definitely driven till right before the finish line and parked it there
Oh,
and
yeah.
just chugged at the very end.
Because that's the danger, though. If you get too far and you go across the finish line and you don't have your beer finished, you're fucked. You just lose.
Yeah.
And you
Well,
root
then
for
don't do
everyone.
that. I plan on
Yeah.
falling off a ledge
Exactly.
here or there and chugging while Leica
Or
Leica2 is pulling me
have
up.
air.
And
Why have air? Anytime you have air, anything like that.
Yeah. If you're gliding, chug.
Yeah, or my favorite
Oh,
strategy
shit,
sometimes
that's a good
is
idea.
chug half the beer at first, but don't show that you chugged half of the beer. So they think it, and then you take sips every once in a while, and then at the very end, just swig that last part.
Whoa, wait, are you?
So-
Wait, you're psyching out people? You're
Oh,
saying
it's all part
Drinking
of
and
that
driving,
thing.
it's all
Because
nice.
if you
Dude.
chug it right at the
Whoa.
beginning, you're gonna trigger the other person probably to do the same, and then it's just
fucked up.
It depends.
No friends
I
in
can't
Mario
believe you
Kart.
did
Yeah,
that
you
to me. I can't believe you would lie to me like that.
But if you get someone
think you
like
trust a
Nick,
guy
if
like
I know someone, I'm going against someone who can maybe out.
He gaslighted me into chugging a beer.
I might, might switch up my strategy.
Dude, I can't believe that. This whole time I've been thinking you've been chugging.
Hey, I play Bowser too, so I'm a slow character.
Oh, man. Yeah.
But
No, I was, you know what, Travis, Sam, Travis's partner Sam, taught me humility on that game, because the first time I ever played that game with her, I was so cocky because I was like, oh yeah, I play video games all the time, so I got to the very end and I started chugging my beer because I was way in first. And I started chugging my beer, and before I was finished, Sam crossed the finish line,
Yep.
and her beer was empty because
She's very good at that game. I've
she
only
knows
beaten
that
her
game back and forth.
I've only beaten her twice out of every time I've played her.
Yeah.
She runs a reflex, and she's the winner of one of their tournaments. Like I've seen her
my
play
God.
4 or
She's-
5 of those games in a row.
She's so good at
Unwavering.
it.
So-
She taught me quick humility on that. Like I was like, oh my god, I am nothing.
Exactly, and that's how I refine my playing style on the Don't Drink and Drive.
You got to play to
because-
win.
Because while
You
I
have
know
to
I
be
can,
in it to win it.
yeah, while
Yeah,
I
you can't-
know
you
the
can't get
mechanics
cocky.
better, while I know the mechanics maybe better than she does,
She just
she knows the levels better, and she knows. And she can chug a beer like crazy.
And
Yeah,
she's
she's really good at drinking. Too.
she
And
is-
she knows the strategies. So, like, Mario 64 was probably one of the Mario Kart games I played the least before I met her. Like, now I played it a lot just because of Don't Drink and Drive.
Yeah.
But it was like I played Double Dash more, Wii, 8, Super Nintendo version. Even the Game Boy Advance game one I played more. But I just didn't have the one for 64 ever.
Mario Kart Don't Drink and Drive is a good party game because it combines two skills: your drinking skills and your video game skills.
a
You
level.
have to be good at both.
It's a leveler because the more
Yeah.
if you chug it right
Well-
off the bat, you might just get so really it might
don't-
hit you and you might just do awful.
it like any game you play while like that requires drinking. Is
this is like
a combination of
drinking
both
and
those
driving.
skills, though, right?
But not at the same time.
An
Yeah,
important
yeah.
skill set.
Yeah, you can't
gotta be
do
able
them
to
at
do
the
both.
same
Specifically
time.
the rule.
Yeah,
8-bit
like 8-bit
Fiesta is also like that, like where it combines your drinking and your game skills.
But
Yes,
drinking
but-
drinking is not integral to winning.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
And
They don't happen
you're
at the same
right.
time. They're consequences
Yeah.
to the game.
Exactly, it's
not your
consequential.
not your ability to handle your liquor, but your
your
ability, to drink it.
fast and
And
efficiently.
drive.
Sometimes if you
Drink
can't
and
finish a beer
drive.
within
That's
5
Maybe not
minutes.
for maybe not for one round, but if you're playing multiple rounds,
Well,
like
yeah,
that's
yeah,
going to
that's
start
true.
to stack up.
Definitely.
Yeah.
is
Oh
better
yeah,
than
I
chugging
mean,
a beer.
if I do 2 rounds of Don't Drink and Drive, 2 beers in 4 minutes is a lot. That's a lot of alcohol in 4 minutes.
But there's also a scaler too, because if you play 1-on-1, chances are both of you are going to finish most of your beer, if not all.
I feel like,
But if you play four or so players, then there's a chance that not everyone might finish before someone gets to the end.
yeah, I feel like Sam could play that game until until everyone else passed out, and then after she beat
She would.
everyone, she would finally succumb to the alcohol.
Okay. she would destroy everyone.
She's an
I'm
expert.
she's great at that.
Pretty
game.
confident at that.
She gets mad respect.
That's actually okay. So I'm a little fucked up, but
A little.
I just connected something with Don't Drink and Drive to Killer Queen. That is that the more you play it, the more you can the deeper your strategy gets, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's built into Killer Queen as a video, as a computer chip that you have 3 paths to win.
Mm-hmm.
And Don't Drink and Drive is like a made-up game that involves
There's multiple paths to victory that you can take.
It's like a
Yeah,
modification.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a modifier.
It's a mod,
to the
yeah.
game.
It's a mod.
It's a
that involves
free.
IRL.
It's a free mod that
Yeah.
anybody
It's
can
a
play
meta
as
mod.
long as they can play Mario Kart. Meta modding, yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Meta mod.
It's the
Whoa,
yeah.
dude.
They've existed
DJ
longer
name.
than actual mods.
Just adding drinking rules.
Adding drinking rules to anything, or just adding.
Yo,
adding,
if I get this cherry and Pac-Man, then I gotta
chug a beer, man.
Good chug a beer as long as
That's
you got
the
a power
first
pellet.
mod.
I would
Every
bet
time I
I would
take
bet
a-
every dollar I've ever made that has happened at some point.
definitely.
Somebody at some point has been in an arcade going all right, whenever I hit the cherry.
I gotta chug this
I
beer.
gotta chug or take a shot.
Every time I get a cherry or a special fruit, I'm gonna chug a beer. I didn't make the rules.
And then his dickhead friend's like, "You're pussy, man. My brother yesterday did a shot for every pellet he ate." In Miss
That's like
Pac-Man.
some playground lie about drinking games.
My older brother, he's 13, and he said that his friend did a shot for every pellet,
Oh my god.
That's like a whole bottle of vodka.
and he got to
Urban
the end of the
legend
game.
tree.
Even
He
if
beat
you-
the
The
game.
first round.
Even
He
if you
beat Miss Pac-Man.
beat it. All 255 program levels.
Well, yeah. Well, for every pellet, I chugged a whole entire bottle of whiskey for every single pellet on every level.
I wonder how many pellets are in the first level.
1,000. I chugged a
For all our
1,000
fans out
1,000
there.
whiskeys.
At least.
Dude,
Dude, you know what? I
Do a
can drink
shot
like
for everyone
five.
and then
I can
send
drink
us-
like 5 whiskeys in a minute.
Five
whole whiskeys.
Five whiskeys.
Yeah, 5 whole
Very
whiskeys
ambiguous.
in a minute.
Very ambiguous term of measurement. What is a whiskey?
Yeah, I drank so many whiskeys
whiskeys?
last night.
Yeah, I just constantly. I always.
In
My
this
mom
one
just
glass.
leaves whiskeys in the cabinet, and I just drink like 5 or 6 whiskeys every
We
night.
talking airplane bottles? We talking like 50 drops? We talking 50?
I'm talking 5 whiskeys, man.
5 entire whiskeys.
5 entire
This
whiskeys.
shot has at least 30.
whoa.
Yeah, a shot is shots. It's for babies. A shot's like 1/10 of a whiskey.
Who gets drunk off of 2 ounces of alcohol?
Oh yeah, it's like a half a whiskey.
That,
one-third of a
okay.
whiskey, my
So we
dude.
kind of have a measurement here.
Yeah,
Half a whiskey is
Wait,
a whiskey.
Yeah, you've
Fuck,
established
goddamn
if
it.
2 ounces is half a whiskey, 4 ounces is 1 whiskey.
Yeah,
That's like a rocks glass full of
Holy
whiskey.
fuck!
That's like that would be 1 whiskey.
yeah.
Mom.
I drink like 10 whiskeys a night.
Goodness.
Yeah, it's like somebody who doesn't
40
know.
ounce,
ounces.
a 40-ounce bottle of whiskey.
It's
It's a lot of whiskey.
a 40
Oh my
of whiskey.
God, dude.
I imagine that's pretty average for like.
For horrible alcoholics.
No, like you can get like a gallon of whiskey from Schnucks.
Yeah, but you're not gonna drink it all.
Ideally,
for yourself.
I mean-
Do like the Edward 40 hands thing with 2 40-ounce bottles of whiskey.
I was saying you can buy in that quantity. I'm not saying people drink it in that quantity. I'm sure they do.
They do.
Yeah,
There's a
my
whole
hands for a
show
while.
about people who do stuff like that on TLC on the Learning Channel.
Yeah, tune in
Tune in.
after this.
Not a sponsor.
Don't
Yeah.
don't stop watching.
Yeah,
Listening.
no.
Yeah, coming up next after Game Budz, Intervention, brought to you by TLC, officially sponsored. Officially sponsored by them.
Yeah,
Thank you TLC for
yeah,
all the
we
money.
appreciate. Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a lot to learn from us.
More from us.
We get
than
all
them.
of their. all.
Andy,
Oh man,
What's
dude,
your number
you guys
2 pick?
Fucked me, man. You guys did all the good ones.
We didn't fuck you.
We
Come
picked
on.
every single
Well,
party
not
game
yet.
known to man.
and you already
There's
made
at
fun of
least
Mario
3
Party.
more.
yeah, we didn't fuck you. We made love to you. Much
Oh.
different.
That's true. No, you guys caressed me sweetly. I appreciate it, and for that, I'm gonna give you one to
To grow on.
yeah, perfect, exactly, and that is the smooth, sensual ride that you get from a nice, swift thrust of Wii Bowling. Wii Bowling.
Oh my god, that's on my list too.
I have one other one that I'm not gonna say because I'm gonna leave it for another day. But that's it.
Bowling.
So we had
Mic drop.
We had a drinking game with Wii Bowling where like the practice mode where it starts with like a few pins and gets to more and more and more and more. You got the guardrails up. So we played it where any person would go through the entire round of the practice, and they would just have to take a drink for every pin that they left standing.
Oh my god.
With the caveat that the pin in the very front, the red pin, that one counted for 5.
Okay. Yeah, that's
So-
deserved.
So
Well
when you say
deserved.
drinks, you mean like sips of beer?
Yeah,
Or, okay.
The ambiguous drink term.
solid
Dude,
sip.
you left 5 pins. That's 5 shots.
Yep.
Shots.
One drink is exclusively one glug. If I don't see your throat go through, then it's
I
not.
need to see that
They
Adam
have to
apple
make a
bopping.
cartoon
I mean,
glug
so that
sound.
means your beer has at least it has like maybe 15 drinks. So that means
I've counted every glug, and I know the average glug after years.
one glug
and years.
equals 5
Yeah.
sips.
Dude, that's not a real glug. That's a fake glug. You're faking your glugs.
retake your drink.
There you go.
Oh man.
So exactly once while playing this game, I saw my old roommate get to the very last round where there were 100 pins.
Oh
And,
no.
and apparently, I've never actually seen this happen, but I am told, I don't know if this is a
Allegedly.
schoolyard thing, but apparently if you get the ball rolling down, so you got the guardrails up on either side, if you get the ball rolling all the way down one of those guardrails, it just automatically knocks everything down. So he was trying to do that.
Oh no.
How
Just
many were left standing?
all of them.
Oh
So to drink, take 100 drinks, 100 sips.
104.
Oh.
Because of the red one in the front.
He's dead now.
Oh,
Yeah, we went to his funeral 3 days later.
Oh my god, dude.
How do you even
Did you
count
really
100
make him do 100
glugs?
Oh,
Do you do it?
Now,
One,
we let him
two,
shotgun a couple of
three,
Mexico.
4.
I just go by seconds. I just sip. I just glug 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 for until I count to whatever the drinks are.
I count in my head. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I tip my head back, chug for like
Yes,
three,
exactly.
approximately 3 seconds.
Three
And that's-
Mississippis. 100 Mississippis, though, like chugging a beer for 100 seconds means you finished it and you're just like chugging air.
No, I could probably finish a beer. 2 beers are probably 100. I could probably squeeze 50.
2 beers is 100. I
I
feel
could-
like
I-
100 is more than 2 beers.
I could fit in 50 drinks in 2 beers. I could do it.
Like if you're drinking, even if you're
50
drinking
tiny-
really slow,
50
I can
tiny
count fast
sips.
enough.
I don't want
Want to see me do it right now?
Yeah.
I don't want to
Well,
drink
yeah,
a
do it.
beer. I don't want
Hey,
to
I'm in
drink
my
a
head.
beer for 2 minutes straight though. That just like beer's good in sips.
Not even.
But if you let it, beer sucks, man. If you let beer sit on your tongue for 2 minutes, it's gonna taste bad no matter what.
Because if you drink that much, you could foam up and puke. Yeah. I've done that. I've tried to chug a tall
shouldn't have
boy.
left-
18 ounces is too much beer for me.
Shouldn't have left all the
And,
pins
I
up.
just foams back up.
Don't get no pins down. Make sure to knock them down.
Yeah,
next
I'll make
time.
sure. But see, okay, so Wii bowling, if you're good, there's a pretty easy technique to get a strike every time. Like I could bowl perfect games like crazy on Wii bowling.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
Can we
I
live?
just knew
can
that
we live stream that?
On command?
Does anybody have Wii Sports? I'll
do.
do it. I promise. I promise everybody.
I don't have a Wii, but I think I still have my original Wii Sports.
I could bring my Wii U.
I have a Wii and Wii Sports.
Oh yeah.
Danielle beat me really bad at Wii bowling, and that was one of the drunkest I think I'd ever been because we made it into a drinking game.
Nice.
And whoever hit more pins that round would have to take a shot equal to the difference of the amount of pins you got.
Wii Sports is good. As another, it's like Jackbox, where like it does. You don't have to know much about games. You don't. It's just kind of. It's accessible for anybody to play because most people have bowled in their lives, so they know what to do as long as you tell them to hold the buttons.
Spoken like a true Missourian.
Yeah.
Everybody's bowled.
Most people have bowled. I mean, one of the best bowlers ever, I believe.
majority of the
Pete
human
Weber
race
is
has bowled.
from Missouri. You guys know who Pete Weber is?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Fallout Boy?
He's no. the bassist for Fallout Boy.
He's bowled several
Spoiler
perfect
alert.
games.
Yeah, I heard he likes to bowl.
Yeah, Pete Weber.
Pete Weber, Fallout Boy.
Is that the actual name of the bassist
It's
from
Pete
Fallout?
Wentz.
I don't know anything about Fallout Boy except for that their
Yeah.
name is a Simpsons
Oh
reference.
wow, he's very close to our He was born on August 21st, 1962 in St. Anne. Pete Weber. He's a bowler. He's like the bad boy of bowling.
Is there
He's fueled by his anger, and he mocks people, audience members watching, and he makes fun of other bowlers, and he cusses, and he's completely unprofessional. And when the bowling association, the Professional Bowling Association, cracked down on him and told him that he couldn't do it, and he was worse at bowling when he was holding himself back. And then they finally lifted the restriction, and he started winning again. He's a champion. He's one of the best bowlers ever.
That's how I would introduce myself. Hey, my name's Alex. The Bowling Association of the United States said I'm too hot shit.
Yeah, oh my gosh, he's awesome. And he there's a very famous freak out of him where he wins. He wins a perfect game, and he goes, "Who do you think you are? I am." And it's like, it makes no sense. He's like, "God damn it!"
Dude, I've seen that. Oh my god, dude.
I'm glad he's from.
I've seen that
He's
in
from
a
St.
cringe
Anne.
combo.
I'm glad he's like from less than like 10 miles away from us. Like, it's like that scene it's like that scene in Trailer Park Boys when Ricky's in court and he's like, I can't fucking talk without cursing.
And they allow it.
Yeah, and they allow it, and he defends himself successfully because he's able to curse. It's
That's the Fallout guy?
Yeah, that's the singer of Fallout Boy. Actually,
Oh man,
the
the singing
bassist,
voice
I mean.
is.
it's everyone in Fallout Boy.
Yeah, it's all at the same time. That's what they fuse together like Captain Planet.
Who do you think you are? I am.
God.
That's one of the songs, right?
Man, I hate them. On an unrelated, kind of related note, since we brought it up, but I hate Fallout Boy. And every bit of emo music that sounds like that. Whoa, Andy, fucking
Wow, party
get
foul.
your shit together.
Party foul.
Keeps dropping shit.
Gotta eat your phone now.
Gotta
eat it, but
eat it. Yeah.
Party
Alright,
foul.
Here I go.
Hope you got another
Doing
one.
it for the likes and the comments. And
Yeah,
the
if you
views.
want to see Andy eat his phone, smash that like button.
Yeah.
Patreons only.
Yeah.
find
Oh,
it.
yeah,
It's-
yeah. You
it's
gotta
locked
be
behind
paywall.
a
Here it
paywall.
goes.
Yeah.
Here it
Gain
goes.
access to our exclusive like button.
Ow!
Oh, he's bleeding.
Oh, he's got mercury poisoning now. Oh my god.
man.
He's just gone completely insane.
But good
Oh
thing
my
we have a
God.
brand
It's so
new
hard.
phone for him.
It's electric.
Boogie woogie woogie.
We were all thinking it. We were all
Everybody's singing it. I'm just saying it.
Yeah, I'm just saying what the people want to hear.
And that's
Boogie oogie oogie.
So when I said I had also picked this, I actually had picked Wii Sports in
As a
general.
whole, but yeah, I figured we could dip into that since we brought up Wii Bowling because the
Yeah.
other sports games are good on it.
At least
The
for-
boxing is really fun. I've always
Tennis.
really liked
Yeah.
Wii boxing.
the boxing is great.
It's all accessible too. It was like the thing. It drove.
Well, yeah,
Wii.
it was the whole thing. They wanted to get grandma to play a game.
And they
And
did.
they did.
Yeah.
They had many a grandma's play, and
Yeah.
probably
Best
break
game
their.
on the Wii.
There were
They had to
communities
just
of
playing it.
grandmas playing this. Communities of them.
I'm still not convinced that the boxing actually had any like
No.
No,
real
it was just
anything
flailing.
to it. Yeah, it was flailing.
None of those games.
Yeah, I
did.
mean,
And even then, but God, it was fun to flail
It was-
against
it was
somebody,
very
yeah, especially
fun.
Grandma.
golf and
Finally
bowling
connect-
were the two games that
Yeah.
actually you had to be a little more delicate because people were throwing their fucking Wiimotes through their TVs.
Yeah, and they were like, "Please, okay, stop suing us. Here, have these things you attach to. Where's the
mail
please?
those out for
I mean, they
free.
came with wrist straps. Like
they-
they say there was a lot of disclaimer about those.
What
Well-
do they?
well,
What do
mine
they mail
didn't
out
come
to
with
it, or like?
It was the Wii condoms.
The
They came out
condoms,
with,
those
plastic.
Yeah, the
those
plastic-
rubber,
the condom
They
rubber
came with
things.
upgraded
Yeah.
ones too.
Yeah.
The
They-
Wii Motion Plus.
well, no, I mean the wrist things. mailed out extra ones, and they mailed out ones that were adjustable. They made out new
yeah.
ones because the other ones were just the ones that lasso. They didn't have any sort
And
of
they were
like,
pretty
That's
small.
right.
You had to have small hands for them to go.
Yeah, and then the Wii condom after that
The Wii
because
just the
they were
lasso.
breaking.
If the Wii condom is known not to work, I got a hell of a lawsuit on my hands.
It definitely. Oh man, times
Oh my
two.
goodness.
Number two. You get
Eat your phone.
You gotta eat.
Chug it. You
Too
gotta
bad.
chug that
I got a
phone.
blender, industrial size blender. We can cut it Ninja blender. What's blended?
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. I just have it.
Yet. Not a sponsor yet.
Ninja,
Hopeful.
if you're listening,
Yeah, Ninja, Nintendo,
we'll chug.
Fallout Boy.
We'll blend a phone and we'll make someone chug it
We'll-
if they drop it.
Yeah.
Just give us a sponsor.
Also, we're suing Nintendo for the Wii condom because it did not work, and my kid is now 4 years old. I don't know what the fuck to do.
And
had
he
all
wants a
those holes.
goddamn Switch.
Yeah,
Put it on, but it has all the holes. It has a hole at the tip.
It's got a
What's
hole
going
right
on?
at the tip.
It's very ineffective. I don't know what's going on. It goes on my Wii and it doesn't.
This is gonna protect.
There's a lot of holes in
They
this.
said put it on your
You
Wii.
can put it on your Wii. Oh man. So I know we're.
So many dick jokes with the Wii.
Oh man, they
Ooh,
moved
you gonna
quickly out of
play
that.
with your Wii?
That was like a marketing strategy for like for some magazines and stuff too.
We would like
to
play.
Yeah, we.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going really long.
Yeah.
So let's.
I wanted to ask if there was any like just honorable mentions. You guys anyone had any like quick mentions? I had a couple.
My honorable mention. I'll start, and we'll just go.
Yeah.
Around. But my honorable mention is Ultra Space Battle Brawl, which is like a very arcadey,
Never heard of it.
space tennis game.
Oh, is that the one?
Or
with
space
the
ping pong game, and there's
that's-
shields
ooh,
and stuff. Yeah,
that's
well,
cool.
it's got a cool 16-bit aesthetic.
Yeah.
It presents itself like a Capcom arcade fighting game, but it's ping pong with shields and power ups and stuff. It's really cool.
More towards the speedrunner
Mm-hmm.
spectrum.
What's yours?
I have two real quick. GoldenEye 64.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
That was
Slappers only.
Yeah.
License to Kill.
Yeah, of course. And then Grand Class Melee.
Oh, Grand Class
yeah.
Melee. Yeah.
Another one of those niche XBL indie games, like nice and simple. I don't think you can get the first one anymore, but the second one is out, and I never played it, so
It's probably on Steam or something.
it is.
Andy, do you have one?
Dude, okay. Well. Alright, I'm just gonna say it. We're not gonna talk about it because I'm just gonna use it for another one. It was like my backup.
Pulling your leg.
Literally the last one that I have written down. Castle Crasher.
Oh,
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a really good one.
It's more of a co-op, like long, like it's better if you do the whole thing. It's less of like a party, drop in, drop out sort of thing. But
small party.
yeah, like a long, like if you were gonna have a party for like 8
gauntlets.
hours. Yeah.
With only like 3 people.
With 4 people, only 4 people, and you're not swapping out. Like,
My favorite party.
great game though. We're going to talk about that at another time when we do another thing.
We'll eventually get to it. Special guest bowler.
So this one's maybe a little weird, and I don't even know if the game still works anymore. But Wreckfest.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, so it's had a bunch of updates, and I think they've made like the game. I'm throwing some big air quotes here, like better. But the actual like multiplayer and like party, I don't know if that's been totally ruined or not. But it was just this like hilariously like physics boxed destruction derby game that we
like
would
dirt bikes, or not dirt bikes, but like ATVs.
Yes,
and,
yeah,
like,
exactly. So back in the day, we'd like take turns just playing around and just watching people get smashed to shit, and
Sounds like it would be a good party game.
it was a blast. Yeah, I don't know if it still works or not. It's gone through a lot of changes, but yeah, it was a good
There's
time.
probably a way to find the old version.
I hope so.
That stuff's always getting preserved.
What was that? That just reminded me of that fucking bike game. That was so fun.
Trials? Trials is really fun. It's not a party game, but very fun.
That's a party game. It does.
There's a
Trials, like
4-player
Trials.
version of Trials, but it's best played
Yeah.
one person.
Yeah, it gets great.
It gets really hard, but it's very fun.
Another day. Another episode.
I guess I would my honorable mention would be Gang Beasts.
Oh, Gang Beasts is really good.
Gang Beasts.
That
It's
ragdoll physics.
Ragdoll physics.
Fighting game.
Yeah, beat them. Like,
Where
all
you
you
have to
do is
throw
pick
each
people
other
up
up.
and throw them off the edge. Like, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But it's, like, super hard, and it's really fun.
Yeah, it's a good game. What's our topic next week?
Oh, yeah. Next week, you can join us. We will be discussing our favorite game soundtracks.
Ooh.
shit.
So favorite game soundtracks. Like,
Yeah.
all
What we
right,
think are the best. In our opinion, the
that's
best.
going to be a hard one.
Similar format.
God damn it.
Pick two.
Yeah.
All right.
Two top two soundtracks.
And a runner-up. Two and a runner-up.
Runner-up. Okay.
Just in case. But
so-
I have a feeling it's going to be like Couch
Zelda and
Co-op.
Donkey Kong.
So yeah,
Oh, I got them picked out.
join us next week for that episode. Until then, stay high. Bye, guys. If you like what we do and want to support the Game Buds, please consider giving our podcast a like or review on whatever platform you find us on. If you want to reach out to us directly, send us an email at gamebudspodcast@gmail.com. That's buds with a Z. Or follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much for your support, and see you next week. Bye!